Hello, people. Hello, family. What's up? It's been a while since I do a live video. Well, it's actually not live. This is pre-recorded video, and hopefully you guys can hear well. I've been messing with the sound, trying to get everything prepared properly. Hopefully, the sound is good. But then, we'll know after the recording, right? So I would like to talk about a few things that's been happening in the past couple of years, and it's not to, it's just simply just how to help others and help, you know, th- th- everyone experiences can help another experience, another person's pathway in life. You never know what you've been through might help and how it might help them. So this video is really just to talk about, certain things that have been happening recently and which caused me to kind of like go low key, for a while, and I had time to reflect and rebuild, and hopefully start up my channel again, and see where it goes from there. However, my channel is mainly for uh entertainment and information purposes only. It's not to bash anyone, any groups, any community, no matter what part of community you're a part of. You're always welcome, and as long as you be this respectful, and everyone would be okay and would be good. I'll be doing lives also, and when I do lives, uh, it's just to talk about different things about life, and could be about relationships, could be about many different areas of life. Could be health, could be about maintaining wealth, could be about uh, depression, or how family dynamics and stuff like that. So the topic varies. It depends on what we decide to talk about, and then we'll choose a topic and then we'll speak on that. And that is our main focus on my channel. And hopefully it will bring forth growth and prosperity and healing to many who needs it. So this video right here is I'm going to just start talking about recent events. I might not go into detail, but just enough to let people be aware and understand you know different things that have been happening, especially with me, and see how that could help others along their path and their life goals. So I'll start out with talking about 2016. Before then, before 2016, I wasn't. 2016 is so important to me because that's when I became spiritually enlightened or awake. Now you have consciously aware and you have spiritually awake. And there's a difference between being consciously aware and being spiritually awake. And the the issue that we're having now is that there are a lot of people that became consciously aware, but are not spiritually awake, and they confuse the both. Being consciously aware is being aware of what's happening in the world, what's happening around you, what's happening in your body, what's happening in relationships, your family, your friends, your co-workers, your politics, the medical field. It varies. It is a wide, vast of awareness, and people that have become consciously aware have been able to see through the BS, so to speak. There's a lot of BS, not all bad. There are good stuff too. So people that are consciously aware are able to see both the good and the bad, as opposed to people that are not. They just take life as it is. They live their life. They just go with the punches. They roll with the punches, and they're not too fully. They may understand certain things to a certain degree, but they'll never see the depth behind it because the conscious side of it is not there. It's just like, oh, this is life. This is how we live life, and this is the way to go. And then they proceed as such, and go to work, come home, uh, feed the kids, feed the animals, or go to school, or different things like that. And that just live their lives just pretty basic. But when I say basic, doesn't mean it's not good, because you have people that are not consciously aware, that are in good fields, medical field, lawyers, military, stuff like that. However, being consciously aware, like I said, is being in total or almost total awareness of the veil, of the good and the bad in everything that's in your environment, your surroundings, relationships, and so forth. Now, the difference between being consciously aware and spiritually awakened is that consciously aware is still somewhat a high level of awareness within the physical realm. S- Uh, so it's a high level of awareness within the environment. All that is physical, things that you hear, see, touch, smell, taste, so to speak. It deals with the five senses mostly, and that is being consciously aware. Spiritual enlightenment is when you get to even a higher level of awareness, but on a more spiritual level. Most of the things that you're aware of is not tangible, is not seen, is not touched. You can't really touch it, you can't really see it, but it's mainly of feelings. It's mainly the awareness. That's it. It connects. Spiritual enlightenment connects with your heart space, and when it connects with your heart space, it's all about feelings. So you can consider your intuition, right, a part of being spiritually aware, depending on the level of intuition that you have. And also, spiritual enlightenment is not just being aware, is actually trying to live that lifestyle of being, what right from wrong, yin and yang, balance, and the love of the environment. It like I said, it's all mostly surrounding your heart space. It also surrounding your awareness on a spiritual level, because everything happened in the ethers first before it happens here in the physical, believe it or not. So when you're connected on a spiritual level, you're able, not that you're a psychic or anything, but you're able to sense danger. You're able to sense good stuff. You're able to sense intentions in people. You're able to feel their auric field, their mood. If it's sad, if it's happy, you're more on a intangible way of reaching out and encompassing your environment. And some people, it extends far further than just the environment. It extends to even talking to someone over the phone, or doing videos and live chats, and even at work, the co-workers. It's more than just a physical into level of awareness. It extends to more feeling. And when I say feeling, it brings you back to also nature and the love of the environment and the love of animals and the appreciation of everything therein or within this planet. And that's level of spirit that is also what spiritual awareness brings forth, as opposed to just being consciously aware. The issue with conscious, not issue, but there are ups and downs with everything. And the thing with being consciously aware is that it tends to make people a lot angry, because now you're seeing the truth You're seeing what the truth behind everything. You're seeing the truth behind life. You're seeing the truth, the real true um uh, intentions of people, places, and and things. You're now seeing why certain things were put in place. You're now seeing the levels of control or the levels of people, not wanting to do better, or there are people that are really doing good, and it's a good and bad thing, but it's mostly awareness on a physical level, and that's being consciously aware. Do not confuse being consciously aware as being spiritually enlightened, because it's almost two different things. Even though they connect together, it's more like a yin and yang. You know, the spiritual enlightenment and being consciously aware is almost like a yin and yang. You know what I mean? But also, they both come together to make a full circle, because being spiritually enlightened and not being consciously aware, it wasn't will not work well for anybody who is in that part, what do you call it, way of experience. And also being consciously aware and not being spiritually enlightened, as two halves of the circle, is not the complete form of evolvement into what one would really need to be. So you'll find out that people will find out, say, and this is just an example, not knocking anyone or any group or whatever. You'll find out that people that, for example, let me use politics as an example. You'll find out that people that become consciously aware and are in that are very fond of politics and politicians, they tend to get really angry and really passionate now about, okay, now they can see the bullshit, I apologize, the BS or the bullshit, let's just say it, you know what I mean, whatever. And having been able to see it, and if you're now consciously aware of what this party is doing, that party is doing, the laws they put in place, and all that stuff, and how it's affecting people, then you have people that are not consciously aware or spiritually enlightened, and they see politics as, oh yeah, this guy won, or this lady won the presidency, and that's just it. Oh, I didn't want that person to win because my whole family is for this person, and that person won, or this person won. Yeah, my whole family is voting for this person, and this is the person that, and but they don't know the depth and the reasons behind certain things and why things are put in place, and therefore they are not consciously aware of politics and politicians. And not saying they're bad, I'm not saying that, don't put words in my mouth. This is not a good or bad conversation. This is just a level of knowing and not knowing, knowing and not knowing, the difference between being consciously aware and spiritually enlightened. A lot of people confuse being consciously aware as being also spiritual, uh, which is not totally true, but it is the first step of becoming spiritually enlightened. If you chose that path, because the thing with being consciously aware is that you can choose at that point. Now that you are aware, you have a choice to make. Do you want to go left or go right? And when it comes to being consciously aware, is that you will meet that crossroad, and a lot of people will choose the way that they feel is best for them, or the route that they choose, or they just spiral down that direction, not unknowingly, knowingly but unknowingly, that, well, there is really a choice, you know now the choices are, now that you become aware, how do you choose to live your life? How do you choose to live? Do you want to live out of anger and hate, or do you choose to live out of love and out of your heart space? because that's the two main choices. There might be others, but the two main choices is a lot of people that become consciously aware now becomes angry. That's the first stage. It's almost natural for you to become angry after becoming consciously aware because you're now seeing the truth, in everything, in people, in family, in politics, and not knocking celebrities I may have in the past. And you know what? I I have a lot to learn too. And I may have done videos in the past about certain things, my old channel, and a lot of things I'm not quite proud of today that I may have said, and maybe it's not what I said, but it's my delivery, and that's what I need to work on. You know what I mean? And so, celebrities are people also, and they're in positions that they're famous, wealthy, and they're also human beings. Love your celebrities. If you have a favorite celebrity that you love and whatever, it's your choice, and support them and help them to if we could as fans from the fan side, if we could help them to keep them on the straight and narrow, meaning that help them to keep bringing forth positive influences because they have a large fan base, they have a large crowd, and they have a large number of people that look up to them and stuff like that. So if we all come together and keep them in, go in that direction, they will definitely do their fair diligence. And a lot of celebrities want to go that route anyway, but they go with the how the fans, if there's a lot of fans that's into crime and violence, and the celebrity will continue to put that out because they want to keep that status, and not only keep the status, but they want to always be relevant in whatever they're doing, and they also want to keep maintain their status as celebrities, and their wealth and the interests of other people. However, like I said, it all boils down to choice. So let's get back to becoming spiritually aware and consciously aware and spiritually enlightened. Now, when you get to that crossroad, that fork in the road, so to speak, when you get to that fork in the road, after becoming aware, that's the first stage of spiritual enlightenment. Also, you have to choose which direction you want to go. If you want to operate through your heart space of love and peace, and knowing what you know, but more like thinking on how, even just as an individual or a group of people, how you can fix these issues and help others along the way, you know, to become better people within themselves, and also become better friends and family members and co-workers, and in their whole entire lifestyle. You could choose that the pathway of that is more going heading towards enlightenment. Now, if you choose not to operate out of your heart space, because enlightenment, spiritual enlightenment is mainly operating from your heart space, it's operating from your feelings, it's operating out of love, emotions, and how to deal with it too. It's not just feeling it, but how to handle it and how to help others cope and respond to the feelings and the different, it can be overwhelming at times, but it's the reaction and how you look at your perspective on that feeling that will help you, in either negatively or positively. And that's the spiritual enlightenment aspect of it. Consciously aware is now, if you choose not to go that route, now you're aware. What is going to continually happen is that you're going to continually feeling angry about a lot of things, and because of the anger, it might cause a lot of harsh reactions out of you because you know this is BS. You know that is BS. You know that that person is BS. You know that that place is BS, and you know you are aware, and you because the passion is there now in the awareness. That's where the passion starts in the awareness, and now the passion is building up, but because you know the BS and a lot of it, not all of it, but a lot of it is not true to what you initially believed, or you thought that this was one way, and then you turn to find out that it was a scheme to use you in the beginning. For example, say the Matrix, and now you're angry because you find out that all your life you've been used, and you're angry, and you're upset, and you're passionate about it, and all my life I've been used, and you're aware, you're seeing this, and you're looking at these people, sometimes people on TV, whatever, and you're seeing exactly what they're trying to do if they're not doing the right thing, and it makes you even more angry. And you're like, look at this, mom, and you want to curse, and you're like, yeah, this piece of shit, and I must apologize for, the use of my words. There might be a little bit of not curse, because curse is when you actually wish bad on someone else. But let's say expletives. It might be. I'll try to minimize as much as possible, but if it does slip out, I apologize in advance. If you're underage, I would recommend you not watch the videos. If you feel offended by expletives. I think it's a part of our language now because, you know, this is how we communicate. But as long as you're not wishing bad on someone else, it's not curse. A curse is wishing negative on someone else. And they're good curses too. You could wish good on someone, what I mean? So negatively cursing someone. Now, getting back to what I was saying. So that's the main difference. And you get really angry, and you keep going down that spiral, and you keep finding out more BS, and you keep, figuring things out. And you're becoming more and more consciously aware, and you'll be like, oh, the pyramids was built and this and that happened, or, this race or that race, and you start getting into different things and religion and this religion and that religion and that, and it builds more anger. Not saying that all spirit consciously awake people are always angry, but because of the truth, they we become more passionate now of finding the truth. And but if we stay stuck in just being consciously aware, then we will not be able to find that true genuine heart space of becoming spiritually enlightened. I'm not saying that people that are not consciously aware doesn't have a feel of being spiritually enlightened, because it's the step. There are steps. Some people are still climbing that step. So as life goes on, they're becoming more spiritually enlightened through being consciously aware of what is going on in our lives, and in our environment, and in our family and friends and religion and all that stuff. And then, you know, we start to realize that you have people, for example, and I'm not knocking religious groups or anything, but you will have people that start to discriminate. You start, because you're consciously aware, you're looking at it and you're like, this religious group is against this religious group, or politician is against this politician, or whatever. And you start to see how not being consciously aware can be really even a bad thing. Even though when you become aware, it brings forth a lot of anger and negative emotion, but it's not what you feel, it's how you respond to it. And that leads towards spiritual enlightenment. Now you start to operate out of your heart space. You know this is BS, but also you know the meaning behind it on a spiritual level. And therefore, instead of attacking the BS, you find out that, well, okay, how can we make this BS better or the environment better? Even if we have to do it ourselves, or we get a group of people and we start to spread that on a more conscious level, but also through the heart space. And that's where the spiritual enlightenment becomes. And as you go, we're always learning. No one is perfect, and no one is the perfect guru, so to speak. We all still learn from each other. We all need each other. We all make mistakes. We all stumble and fall. And we all, and once we get to that point that, look, why are we fighting against each other when we could fight and build together? That's becoming more aware, consciously aware, and becoming more spiritually enlightened as well. Because we're trying to find solutions on not only on a physical level, but a mental level, a psychological level, emotional level, a spiritual level. And this is actually the road to spiritual enlightenment. And this is my take. And this is my first video. A lot of people have been seeing me in a while. And I was going to tell you, to be honest with you, a whole lot of stories starting from 2016, what happened to me and all that stuff. But I'll leave that for another day. And if you have any other questions and stuff, um, please also share the like button. I mean, share the video if you would like. That's fine. Press the like button and welcome. I'll be doing more videos. I'm trying to get back into it and I'm taking a different approach. This is not like my old channel. My old channel, by the way, I was being gang stalked so bad and my technology was being hacked into. My phone, my computer, all that stuff. I changed the password on my old Facebook page and my old account in YouTube so many times that I literally totally forget what the password is. So I have no access to the old, Asani Evans and my old channel, Young Gods Are Us. I can't do anything with it. I can view it. I can probably share it, but I can't access the videos. I can't upload to it or anything. I totally lost the password. I forget what it is, but it's a part of gang stalking, and it's crazy. It's been going on for a few years now, and it's still today still going on. And that I'll get into also in depth on gang stalking. Also, a lot of different things that is going on right now in today's world that people don't understand. And, it's crazy, but, it is what it is. And how can we fix it is by speaking out on it and helping each other, genuinely helping each other to move forward. Okay. This has been my channel. Please hit the like button, the share button. Don't be a stranger, okay? We all build each other. When I go on your channel, I do the same for you. If you don't want to hit the like button or share, fine, no problem. Thanks for viewing anyways. Okay? Peace and love. I'm out.